What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with an all new episode of Porsha Family Matters. So it's still continuing with Porsha's birthday. Obviously, like other members of my family, we do celebrate everybody's birthday all month long because I have a lot of members in my family who have shared the same birthdays around the same area, around the same days, and we just celebrate. So she's gonna have a cookout to celebrate the last days because they've been partying, they hung over, they're tired. So she's having a lunch with Lauren, and Lauren brings her up to speed about her conversation with Dennis, putting him on, not putting him, kind of, reminding him that that post you did made a little bit messy and made a little bit stirring, and he said he was trolling, he didn't mean nothing by it, and it was a joke. Also, the whole bringing a date thing. Why can't you bring a date? And Porsha felt like, I mean, why? Why? I don't know this person. I don't know who he's bringing this to my house. Whoever coming to my house, eating my food, sitting at my table with my man, your man. Now, when she said that, I felt like you talking about Dennis, that man. But then she said, no, my fiance. Okay, caught yourself, huh? Because obviously it's pretty much, that right there. To me, how you have to catch yourself to saying the right thing, meaning that's what everybody else feeling like your mind at. There's some unresolved issues, unresolved feelings that are not fully being addressed right now, and that you can't let go. She said, I love my fiance, okay? Yeah, but does he know where your head is at? Does he know that you still feel those ways about this? Does he know that? Because you need to know where you stand, and you need to have a conversation with him to let you know where you guys stand. And Lauren said Portia's version of a blended family, is very selfish because she wants us to stay in character of roles that she wants us to play. Meaning, don't say nothing more than what I tell you. Keep to the script. Don't vary off the script. Don't have any other different conversation with anybody that is not in our immediate circle. Not that's not that was not present in our family meeting to get these lines straight. So obviously, yeah, she was talking about the retreat to pretty much have everybody come to a healing moment because there's been a lot of stress going on with everything, especially with Porsha and this media drama. And it led to the breakup between Lauren and her ex-boyfriend Nate because he doesn't like Simon, especially off of social media. He doesn't like him. And here go Porsha. Who cares what Simon? Who cares what Nate have to say? Nobody cares what Nate have to say, which is really funny to me on how because she said Nate is a trigger for her. Nate's a trigger for you, but yet you want Lauren to defend you, that she can't defend you to no end when it comes down to your timeline with Simon. But it's like you're disregarding your sister's boyfriend, a boyfriend who she said has been with her for over a year and a half. You mean tell me I'm supposed to get over my boyfriend I've been over for a year and a half because you don't like him? Are you serious? Or the fact that he's messing up your situation? How is this about you? This is not about you. This is about me. I was really pissed off with Porsha about that. How dare you? How dare you? Because the reason why that happened was during to what was going on between Porsha and Simon, and how Lauren definitely had to pretty much be the publicist, be the defender, be everything for Porsha when it came down to Simon. And he didn't know Simon, just like Lauren didn't know Simon. So that wasn't a good thing. And she said, my boyfriend broke up with me. What happened to me was not about you. I've been crying all week, and now people tell me I should be fine. I should get over it. And it is what it is. But Porsha is saying how Lauren and Nate have had an on and off situation, and there have been some unhappy moments. And they feel like Nate is not good enough for her. It's mighty funny coming from you that you think you have such a a whole entire pamphlet or a whole book about finding good men that treats you right when you don't have a good background. You don't have a good history portion with finding men that treats you right. So how is it that you're going to in your 1 month relationship think that your month relationship is so much more and so much more solid than Lauren's over a year and a half relationship? Because it's just like, at the end of the day, it didn't sit right how she wants to disregard Lauren's feelings about her boyfriend breaking up with her over your man who was brand new coming to the family, and you're not caring how she felt. But then she said, I'm sorry. I don't mean to tell you to get over it. I don't mean to do that. I don't mean to overstep. That was wrong of me to do. And that's probably why, she's like, I want to cry. I want to grieve. This was a man that I really loved, and now he's not here, and I don't know what's going to happen. So then we're seeing, then moving on from that, we're seeing Dennis and Mama Gina and Baby PJ. They're at a toy shop. It looked a very small, cramped toy shop. And apparently, after Dennis put that post, his phone was ringing out the hook with what's going on. Like, are you guys getting back together? What's happening? And he said he was just trying to be funny. He was trolling. And he called Simon when it happened just to smooth things over. So it's all good. And with the comment that was made, it got Mama Gina to think, is it over between you guys? Like, how is everything happened? Don't you think she's moving a little too fast? I do think she's moving a little too fast. I mean, that's happened between, me and her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool. I don't want nothing more but the best for her. And what happened next? Right, and then of course, it's kind of like talk. He also told his mother about how he couldn't bring a date, but she said, for what? She got a new man. Why does it matter that you can't bring a date? That's what I said. And I feel like in a day, you can't tell me what I can and cannot do because you moved on. Why can't I? Okay, so moving on to Portia's cookout. So the family come over. Simon looks awkward because he rang the doorbell and nobody greeted. Nobody answered the door. So he walked in. He says hello to everybody. He introduced himself, and he said meeting the family has been pretty recent. It's fresh, but it's all good. They've been welcoming. Lauren gives Porsha a session with her spiritual advisor because Lauren has been pursuing her spiritual journeys with yoga and meditation, and she felt like it changed her life, especially using therapy. It was a huge eye opener for her. And while yeah, because because she doesn't work for Porsche anymore. She doesn't. All they do is own the Go Naked Hair Company. So she pretty much cut all ties with Porsche and started her own yoga and meditation journey. And I think that's about to be a professional journey. Meaning she's going to start teaching it, or she's going to develop a line of getting into your aura, stuff like that. So she wants to invite her family to also a retreat for it, but also let you know what my spiritual advisor comes from, because she helps you find your feminine divine power. So, and then we found out recently that their cousin Londi recently lost her father. So she's definitely in need of spiritual healing and grieving in this time. Here we go. Yeah. So once the family come in, they pretty much, grilled Simon, especially the family friend Esther. She grills him on, so is this it? Are you done? It's only gonna be Porsha. He said, I'm one man, one movement time thing. Because then she said, I heard you Nigerian men like to switch up. And it's just pretty much, trying to see where his head's at, because obviously they're privy to what the dilemma is. And Porsha definitely gave the okay for them to ask Simon any questions that they want to know, because this is still brand new and they don't know anything about Simon. All they know is what Porsha told them and what questions to not ask unless she approved them. So then Lauren definitely feels like it's exhausting to defend Porsha, because at the same time, while Lauren is not afraid to tell Porsha how she feels with the situation, Porsha is the type of person that will cut you off. She will not talk to you anymore and not tell you anything else about what's going on. She'll just cut you off with that. So Porsha has a lot of yes men around her, especially people who work for her, which is not good. It's not good for people to have to tiptoe about how they feel about it, because while you could speak how you feel when something bothers you and you wanted to be in protecting of your sister, like how you felt when you wanted to tell her about how you don't like Nate for your sister, but yet you don't want folks to tell you how they feel about Simon. They don't have a opening to tell you honestly how they feel, even though they're gonna be afraid it hurts your feelings, and you're gonna shut into a shell and then don't want to cut them off and say you're not defending me, you're not speaking up for me, you're not making me more better for them than anybody else here. I need you guys to make sure that I'm being painted in a better light than I know I'm not right now. But that's not fair. It's not fair, because I know Lauren is tired of defending Portia, even though that's her sister and everything. But at the same point in time, I cannot be the main one who's knowing that this situation is messy. This situation is weird. It's going too fast. But then also she's having a conversation with Londi about everything, and then she told Londi that she told Dennis he can bring a date. She thought it was messy. I don't know if that's messy because at the same point in time, Porsha can't be the only one showboating Simon in front of Dennis, and Dennis can't move on his own without Porsha reminding him of what he lost because he cheated. That's not fair. And that's very childish and petty of Porsha to not grow up and realize that if you guys are not going to be together, I'm gonna need you guys to act on it. Porsha, I don't know why you're still trying to make Dennis feel jealous of what you're now, have. But yeah, you want to give him a not ultimatum, a pretty much a not deal breaker, but you pretty much have a say in who he can and can't bring around. I understand about not having someone who you don't trust, who you don't know around your daughter, but yet I can go back to you. You introduce Simon to baby PJ within a month of knowing him, and you're still getting to know him. Make it make sense. So they start off, Auntie Darlene, the grandma, and Diane, they start off with Simon. I'm happy we getting to know you, but how are you with your siblings? We're a big family. And your mother, how are they? And then we're introduced to more members of her family. Auntie Darlene is her Diane's sister. They were born within the same year. Then her daughter Storm is like a mini Porsha, but Storm is her own person. But she's gonna have a good time. So obviously you guys are official, but not really official. And I know this isn't your first marriage. I know this isn't your first marriage. And Porsha is so giddy about the fact that it's 3 times over. I'm about to be his 4th wife. Silence. Because considering the fact that, this man's been married more than once, and we literally seen the demise of his recent marriage, and now you're about to be married, and now you. Then he said the common denominator of what led to the demise of his relationship was that he was a rescuer in his relationships, and with over 100 hours of therapy, which I didn't even know that he has. And he also put it on Instagram today that he's received over 175 hours of therapy, and he's doing great, getting over his trauma and receiving good therapy. Got it. And he realized not his job to rescue. I don't know. You Simon, you see yourself as a savior. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why. I don't. I actually, you know what? You want to say you're a rescuer, but to me, you're a predator. But I'm not saying a predator in a nasty way. I'm saying you seek out young women that I don't know, you feel like you could get if you weren't rich. And you had to like showboat and whisk them off their feet with clothes, jewelry, trips, and you had to showboat what your money can do for them. And you felt like if you're with me, I can give you a better life. I don't know if you feel like that was your way of trying to get noticed or trying to get liked, but I don't know. Poor Simon is it's an eye of the beholder, you know what I'm saying? Different shows for different folks. I don't find Simon attractive, but that's me. I don't know. That I'm gonna move on because I don't know why he thought of himself that he was the rescuer in all of his. Okay, moving on. So Dennis arrives with PJ and his mama, and it's welcoming arms. You know what I'm saying? He says hello to everybody. Everybody says hi, how you doing? Mama Gina has a rapport with the rest of the family, and Londi said when Dennis came around, he made an active effort to get to know everybody. And even though there's been some tension due to Dennis Jean and Porsha, it's still familiar. It's still, a loving spirit than it is with Simon, which is why she believes that Simon and Porsha might not last due to how she's now introducing to him. Because Porsha also said while coming to this cookout, her and Simon were in a love bubble that she really did not leave any open space to introduce him around her family. So this cookout is literally like the first introduction to her immediate family. Cancel why everybody feel like we might be a little bit optimistic if she's really happy with Simon, because look how everybody is still happy to see Dennis. Are you guys completely over? This could be another chance for y'all. So I forgot which aunt did it. I think it was Esther or Darlene. They was wondering why Dennis didn't bring a date. He said, no, I'm good. My daughter's my date. That's always going to be my first choice no matter what. And we're talking about Simon's background. He's from Nigeria. And no, not Simon. Storm. Storm goes on to say, of all the men that we've seen Porsha with, because Porsha's had boyfriends, she's had fiancés, she's had all this and that, but we've never seen her interact with them like we've seen you interact with her. You guys have a good vibe going. Not like that. What you mean? What you mean? Porsha, like, it's got to be some hidden secrets that's been happening, because this is supposed to be everybody's first time really getting to know Simon. But at the same time, you've obviously have let your family or certain members of your family in on you and Simon. They probably have been around Simon more than once and saw how you guys interacted. But I don't know. Whenever I see Simon and Porsha together, I don't feel love. I feel like I'm smiling because this man's made. I feel like I'm smiling because this man is rich and I don't want to work anymore. I want to be taken care of. So I'm happy. I don't know. It's weird. It's uncomfortable for me. And while everybody's gushing over how Simon and Portia looked, Lauren is peeping on how this may be uncomfortable for Dennis, because damn, like, he was just sitting here as the fiance and now he's cast over aside as an old toy, and we got the new toy Simon. Everybody's can't wait to play with him. Yep, I said that. So obviously, the grandma gave props to Simon and Dennis being real men coming together for the sake of baby PJ and their love for Porsha, making it all work. It's a beautiful moment, but I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I was confused how it got to that, to everybody crying. Why is everybody crying? Because it's so weird to me. And Mama Diane is crying because she loves Dennis, but she also feel like she has to choose between letting more space for more love to come in, because Simon's coming in and she loves that he's want to be welcoming. And then Grandma is like, I'm happy that you guys are becoming a union, but it's more that's gonna come, and let's not let it. And let's not let it, like, tear us apart with all the issues that's happening, especially with Simon, and especially with Portia and Dennis. You know what I'm saying? What happened between y'all, and I don't know if it's too late. Is it too late for y'all to get back together? I don't know. Um, it was so weird how, what I'm saying, I don't know why everybody's crying. But then, yeah, I was with Dennis. I thought we were having a barbecue. Why are we crying? I don't know. So, Mama Gina said, what, I'm happy we all come together because this is for PJ. I know transitions are hard, but we're gonna, do it right for PJ, so PJ doesn't feel a separation of who she's around. You know what I'm saying? She's with her daddy in another city, she's in her mama in another city. But at the same point in time, at least the love is there. The love that needs to represent, excuse me, the love they have for PJ is never going to divide or separate due to Portia and Dennis living in different areas. But then the grandma wanted to bring up how, I know what was going on between you and Dennis. I'm sorry that it happened, but I had a son like Dennis, and he was living his life the way he were. Dennis loved the ladies, and I was just like, okay, but that's not all that he did. The ladies probably, did all, even though he was with the ladies, but I'm pretty sure at some point in time he's gonna find that one woman that's going to love him just as much as he's gonna love her. He's gonna settle down. So the mother comes in and they all feel like, why is the grandma getting up? I think the grandma felt like I had to explain herself more, that that's not what I meant. I'm not trying to air out what Dennis did that hurt my grandbaby. I'm just saying, different strokes for different folks. I know that Dennis made a mistake and the life that he lived is totally fine. It's understandable. Maybe he wasn't ready. I'm saying I had a son that's like him. He's a playboy. And of course, Mama Gina's like, for what? What? But then, of course, Dennis like, nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's just the whole point. To me, I felt like it was messy for Grandma to just out Dennis like that. Even though Dennis was wrong for cheating on Portia at that pivotal moment of them having their first child and she was by herself. But I felt like, why are we discussing Dennis's past mistakes in front of Portia, who just said, who we we're doing this in front of Portia and her new man, and this is supposed to be an introduction about them. We're supposed to talk about their upcoming union, not talk about what Dennis did to Portia. I don't know if that felt like this was a way to out Dennis even more. Like, he fucked up. This is the reason why you lost your family, and now look at her. She's moved on. Look at what you did. Like, I didn't like that at all. So then, But they, oh yeah, and first of all, Mama Gina, your confessional look, I like the dress, but I think all of the rhinestone headband looked a little bit too much. But then like Mama Gina said, first of all, I don't know why y'all making seem as if Portia is innocent. Look at her sitting right next to a legally married man. But when she said it wasn't as worse as cheating, I said, that's not true. But wrong is wrong in all different aspects. You know what I'm saying? Dennis cheating on Portia is wrong. And also Portia is still engaged while this man's still legally married is still wrong as well. So that's sad. Um Dennis make a toast and say it's all love, happy birthday Portia. And then it's just all this back and forth between what's happening in the scenes. Portia's at Disney Nation, Lauren's getting a trip together, Simon's talking to his friend about the backlash, he don't give a damn, and how the family's treating him. So Porsha is preparing for a date with Dennis, right? And she's trying to get help from Lauren to pick out an outfit that doesn't send mixed signals. My thing is, why are you concerned about missing? Why are you so concerned about sending mixed signals if you are happily engaged with another man? That lets me know you still are concerned about how Dennis looks at you. You like how Dennis calls, how beautiful you look, how gorgeous you look. You still want to hear those compliments. You still want to hear that sweet nothing from Dennis, even though you guys are not together. Are you? What's up? So she's picking out all these dresses, and I feel like, why couldn't you just wear a jeans and a shirt? You could wear a cute pair of Fashion Nova jeans, a nice top, and some cute heels, and you would look nice. But then she wore this muumuu that Simon has suddenly loved Porsha wearing, like that muumuu she wore on that memorial picture that people were assuming that she was pregnant. And Lauren said, that dress gives off, I'm hiding pregnancy. And Porsha said, great. No. Even though the muumuu that she picked was beautiful, but I felt like that's the reason why Simon likes those dresses, because we were wondering, why does he like these muumuus on you so much? It's to hide the curves. Okay, hide the curves. Okay. So while they're there, Porsha instantly thought that Dennis was supposed to pull his chair out. I laughed when he said, hey, how you doing? He was going to give her a fist. What's up? She said, you're not going to put my chair in front of me? For what? Why would I do that? Because you're a gentleman. But I get that, but you got a man. Boy, put my chair out. Me, I'm thinking, Porsha, why are you expecting all this whining and dining for a guy that you're not with? Why are you being so extra to receive all of the whining and dining of a man you're not with? Okay. So instantly, we're talking about PJ. That's what the dinner was, to talk about PJ. How's everything going? She said, oh, no pleasantries. You're not going to ask how I'm doing, how my man doing. How you doing? Good. How your man? Great. Fine. Let's go about PJ. Porsha, we're not doing this with you. Dennis is not. Okay. So she thanks Dennis for showing his support for the relationship. But he said, I am publicly showing my support because it's the right thing to do. But on the inside, how I'm seeing it in real life, it's crazy as hell. And, it's just like, what you mean? Well, come on now. While you were, I hear you looking at houses. You mean tell me that you're about to move from Duluth? Is Simon gonna let you move from Duluth? What you mean let me? Let you. Because throughout the seasons, you wasn't planning on moving from Duluth. Duluth was your town that you wanted to show your independence. And you wasn't gonna move for nobody. But now Simon coming in and you willing to move back to Atlanta? Back to Buckhead? You willing to move back? And also, Simon, not Simon, Dennis made a joke and said, okay, let me make this fast because I know you got to check in with Daddy at the house, huh? But, it's just kind of weird with that. And then it's kind of like, Portia's talking about how she was going through her healing process. She's trying to redefine herself and everything. And he says, so that entire time, 120 days trying to find yourself, you went and got engaged again? That's finding yourself? So you don't know how everything got quickly healed in my time. You don't know that? Yeah, you got engaged quick as fuck. Considering the fact that we were together in January. She said, no, 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 no. No, we weren't. No, we weren't. Listen. We were together until the end of December. Because remember, the ring. We're talking about getting back together. And if you bring the ring back, that means we're going to move forward. I asked for the ring. You didn't have it. Therefore, I'm done. And then that's when Porsha had this clarity of she don't need to be with the father of PJ to have a happy family. She don't need to be with the father to showcase how good a mother she can be, she can do it without him, and she can still be a stand-up mother. But it's still in the matter of Porsha, you still went out and found someone else. You didn't stay. You didn't stay as I'm every woman, not for long, where you're now about to be someone's wife again. And yep. And then of course, I know how you operate. We would have still been together if you haven't cheated. And then it said, "You still mad about that?" I was laughing so hard because it was so funny how he felt like, "Girl, you still pissed?" Cause yeah, what you mean? I mean, considering the fact that Porsha was going through this whole speech about, if I was to take you back to, if I was to bring you back, when you actually take that back, you cheated on me in a pivotal moment of my life that a level of insecurity was placed in me. Because I don't know if I was to forgave you, you would have cheated on someone younger than me, and that level that stepped into more how I feel about it, today. But I still feel like it's funny how you feel like Dennis would have cheated on you with a younger woman, and you went now cheated was you not cheating. You went out and saw that man who's over 20 years older than you. Simon's in his 60s. You are in your 40s. You know what I'm saying? Um, it pretty much vice versa. Simon went for a younger. I mean, Fallon and Porsha are on the same age, but he wanted someone of a upbeat, someone who was on his level. His 60-year-old self wanted a younger version of him, and he got you. So then it's like, the difference between Simon and Dennis, how Dennis didn't take action, didn't take care of the what good he had, and Simon treats her like a queen. He respects her mind, respects what she wants to do, and he wanted me to be his wife, and he's taking action. But Porsha, if he's taking action, why did you go on the Tamara Hall show and say you don't have a date? You're still courting. You're still getting to know one another. I don't. Okay. 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 So, obviously, Dennis now expressing that, I still love you. Y'all know you still love me, but I know it's not gonna go farther than that. But of course, she wants to understand how what love do you have for me? Is it a mother-in-law love? Is it a friend love? Is it love? Listen, I know we got feelings for each other as far as like, unresolved issues, and it is what it is. I know where you're at, and I'm trying to get to that point too. You trying to move on, so am I. So, it's just like it's the history. We got history that's not going to change. It's not going to go anywhere. And even though it's not enough for us to try again, it's still enough for us to be a co-parenting. That's when Porsha realized that she's not on this date with a co-parent. She's there with an ex. But I feel like y'all did not fully break. Y'all really did not get through to y'all issues correctly. It's been in the gray area without getting resolved because you want so much to show both this new relationship to say I'm over, but yet you're still trying to correct yourself in how you're talking in front of Dennis, how about Dennis and all this stuff. So they leave, you know what I'm saying? And he gets a phone, he gets a text message, it's ringing, it's pinging, ping, and here she goes, trying to look. She's like, "Oh, you lame as hell." He's like, "What you mean? You lame? Like you gonna receive a text from another one while I'm over here talking to you? You so lame." Porsha, why do you care? Why do you care that he's receiving a text message from someone who might have been a business deal? Yeah, it could have been a text message from another woman, but why do you care that you want to bring it up by he's being lame, that talking about to another woman in front of you? You're not with him anymore, sweetie. You are happily engaged. So whatever Dennis does in his own private life is his private life, not your business. So he walks her to the car. And then, of course, the whole names of Dennis used to describe his women. He called about, "I gotta get that working," meaning his flavor of the week, his randoms, a girl that he wants, that type of stuff. So, yep. And so he walks her to the car. She instantly calls Simon, say how she's doing, how's it going, and the dinner. And it was just, Dennis finally revealing that he still got feelings for me, and he's not going to let it get any further because he knows where I'm at. But I also realized that when I told him he couldn't bring a date, that was me not really letting go of his feelings. And Simon agreed. He said, "Yeah, you might have been a little bit too hard to tell him he can't bring a date because I know this is gotta be awkward for him." And um yeah, yeah, I said that. So obviously, the road for us to move on is not going to be easy, but it's going to be, a one step at a time process. Because while knowing that trying to separate the feelings of love and in love is going to be difficult, but I do feel like there are some unresolved feelings there that you guys both are not trying to say, especially you, Porsha. We could tell Dennis still loves Porsha. He's not over her, but Porsha is trying so hard to act as if it's not bothering her that she still holds some form of a torch for Dennis yet. And she's probably realizing that, what if I wanted to wait it until he said I'm ready? And now I'm here. Like, I think she's going through a tug of war in herself. And she doesn't want it to be confusing, because it shouldn't be confusing, but yeah, you confusing us. So the meditation session with Lauren and her advisor, Lauren came, Porsha came, Storm came, and Aunt Liz. I remember Aunt Liz. And they're praying just to get through all of what they want to get over, trauma, getting their voices heard. And while the advisor is talking about, calling on the ancestors, Aunt Liz was like, we don't do that. As Black folks, we don't call on spirits, because spirits can be demons, and we don't fool with that. So she starts singing the Holy Spirit sermon, the Holy Spirit hymn. And I'm laughing because it was so funny to me. It was hilarious to me. Yeah, it was funny, but even though when it comes down to cleansing your aura, meditating, it's all about having a clear mind and clear head. And you do tend to hear voices, but I feel like I hear the love of family members guiding me, and also I feel my angels. I feel my guardians, my guardian angel around me. So we're ending it with Porsha meeting up with Dennis's mother, Mama Gina. So they're just talking about, how's everything going with PJ, if she's getting used to going back and forth with mommy and daddy, and how was it for Porsha, since this is exactly the same exact situation. But Porsha just wants to make sure that everything is going to work for PJ. I want PJ to never lose the family, the love that they have for her. So everything that she has going on, she would not miss a beat with anything. So then we're talking about the conversation, the statement, because Porsha felt like Mama Gina was defending Dennis's actions and not holding him accountable, and maybe got a little bit disrespectful to her grandmother. I didn't see her getting disrespectful. I saw a mother defending her son just as much as a grandmother defending her granddaughter. So that was 2 and 2. I just felt like it wasn't the right time or the right approach to talk about that. Like, it wasn't cool. And Mama Gina's pretty much just saying, at the end of the day, while we're trying to throw stones at my son, we need to throw stones at you. You're not innocent either. So then Porsha pretty much tries to not threaten, but check Mama Gina. Don't ever come at my grandmother again. That's on point. But I also feel like Porsha, don't do that, because your grandmother should have no business bringing up Dennis's past, because that wasn't the place and time for that. And even though I agree, Dennis was fucked up in what he did, but that still does not absolve your grandmother being messy and bringing that stuff up to pretty much overlook what's happening in front of us. We're overlooking that Porsha is about to be the fourth wife of a man who is still going through a divorce, and he's still legally married, and the relationship is quick as hell. Y'all have only known each other a few months. This can't be serious. Yeah, was this brought up to embarrass him, to only embarrass him? Was that brought up? Okay. So then, while it's been a big ass misunderstanding, the mom tried to check Porsha on don't curse at me. And then Porsha says, you've cursed him plenty of times. I've never used profanity, so please apologize. She said, I'm apologizing. Okay, fine. So then it's the whole back and forth with don't be rude, but then of course, she wanted to say what happened at the table was honesty, and everybody was able to tell the truth. If that was the case, Porsha, people would have been telling the truth about how they really feel about the situation between you and Simon. But no, you wanted to be truthful on how Dennis was not held accountable about how he fucked you over while you were pregnant with their first child. That was what was honest, not about everybody else's feelings when it came down to this relationship between you and Simon. And then we find out that Gina wanted to let Porsha know, first of all, you coming at my son for his misdiscretions, but you cheated too. What you mean? Who told you that? Who said that? Your mama. I want to know my mother never told you that I cheated on Dennis, and I never told her I cheated on Dennis because I didn't. Okay, well, I remember of March 2020. You and Dennis were on the outs, and I heard there was a little situation with a gentleman that might have upset Dennis. And she had that in her pocket for a cool minute to bring it up. Because while it was happening, a conversation between her and Diane, she let Diane talk. Let her talk, and not say nothing until she was ready to say what she needed to hear. And she waited until the right moment to bring it up. So, of course, she felt like, I know you're lying on my mama. But anyway, we're going to find out more about it. But, of course, I want us to develop a relationship. More of a standard relationship between me, you, PJ, Dennis. I want us to be more of a family. I want us to. She says it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be overnight. I know it's not. But our first step is getting through this and also inviting you to the retreat. We're supposed to be in a space of healing, getting over unresolved issues and feelings, and starting anew. So she said, okay, I'm down. Thank you for inviting me. And that was the end of the episode. And next week, we're going to get into more issues in between Porsha's family. And I am here for it. But that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for the next video. And I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.